AGF says political solution on Nnamdi Kanu's Sunday Igboho not ruled out. Welcome to the news, and please subscribe to our channel. The federal government may consider all kinds of solutions, including political ones, in order to resolve the crisis surrounding separatist agitation in Nigeria. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami San, gave the indication on Wednesday in an interview with journalists in Abuja on the pardon granted to Boko Haram insurgents, while leaders of other separatist movements are facing prosecution. The minister also spoke on other issues, including the current controversy between the federal government and the Nigerian Governors Forum over the Party Club refund, international arbitration involving Nigeria and Process and Industrial Development Company and Sunrise Power Transmission Company of Nigeria Limited, and the Mambila Power Projects. When journalists sought to know whether the federal government was not disposed to a political solution to the separatist agitation of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, and Yoruba nationalist Chief Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Igboho, Malami said although such consideration was not yet on the table, the government would not mind taking a shot at it. As far as the security situation is concerned, and as far as governance and this administration is concerned, you cannot rule out possibilities. But then there has to be an approach for government to consider, he said. The minister, however, said he cannot be preemptive at this stage by stating clearly that reconciliation was being considered without an approach being made. He said we will look into it. Approach for the purpose of looking at its weight, the authenticity of it, the good faith associated with it, and then bring about the considerable fact relating to the negotiations or otherwise. So it is not a conclusion that one outrightly make without juxtaposing associated facts relating to the reconciliation. There has to be an approach and then a counter consideration. Speaking on the payment of $418 million consultancy fees to contractors who allegedly helped the 36 state government to recover excess deduction from the Federation account during payment of Party Club loans, Malami berated the governors for appropriating and reprobating at the same time. He explained that governors cannot come to deny liability in 2021, having consented to it and made several payments. While arguing that the federal government was obligated to obey court orders, he said the current litigation by governors over the payment of consultancy service fees was belated. The minister said, I have told you earlier that the judgment in contention was a 2013 judgment, and it was a consent judgment in which ALGON and Governors Forum consented to a judgment. So what judgment are you talking about in 2021 against the background of the fact that it consented to the judgment in 2013, against the background of the fact that they have been effecting payment as far back as 2013? Against the background of the fact that they have written in their right under their respective hands, committing the payment of this consultancy fee we are talking about. So I think it is logical for us to see that they were indeed submissive and they were indeed in agreement and they have indeed considered and consented to a judgment that created the liability they are now complaining about. They have probated at a point in 2013 by way of submitting to judgment and then effecting payment over time. And in fact, among the claims relating to Party Club that has been presented before the federal government over time is a component relating to consultancy fees. So what they are doing is as good as approbating and reprobating at the same time, conceding in 2013 and objecting 2021. Malami denied any relationship with the contractors or having any personal interest, saying his duty was to protect the federal government from unnecessary liabilities. According to him, since the federal government was made a party to the suit, there is a possibility that the assets of the federal government can be seized to pay the debt. Malame said, so as far as the payment is concerned, the office of the Attorney General is not in any way involved, but the fact remains that judgments are meant to be enforced, and then you are not expected to be speculative as far as the enforcement are concerned. Okay, first of all, the news started with political solution on Nnamdi Kanu, who is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, and then Sunday Igboho. And I keep asking myself, what are then these advisors? No offense, so sincerely, no offense meant. But what have the advisors, the so-called cabinet men and women of those people answering special advisor to this, special advisor on media, special advisor on social media, special advisor on publicity, what have they been doing that they have not given their special advice to the presidency to try dialogue and negotiation? I do not want to believe this. Sincerely, I will say this and I will keep saying it. Nigerians are very highly intelligent people. You cannot insult their intelligence. Do you know how many people have been saying this? Even if the special advisors, the so-called special advisors and the cabinet member have not said this, do you know how many people have screamed out? Both people working in government parastatals, different ministries, have come out to say, give negotiation a chance with these people. Do you know how many past ministers, past senators, they have been talking about it? So if you're going to come out and say it has not been brought to the table, it means you have decided to play deaf to this particular strategy. And it means that you do not want in any way want to solve this particular Mazi Nnamdi case and Sunday Igboho's case amicably. That is what it means. QED. Saying that you do not have it on the table, you have not given it a thought, is a very big fallacy because it has been subjected. And do you know when I knew, or when it became clear that the government they hear everything we say, is that the Minister of Information and Culture came out to say that the press is bullying this administration. I said the press bully this dictatorship administration. No, it's not possible. That is when it became crystal clear that these people now, they hear what you say and hear what you do. They hear it. They just decide to keep calm about it, to ignore it. The only one they come out to read it. Okay, if they said they are not hearing it, how did they, get wind about the Twitter issue? And within how many hours Twitter ban was made? Very insignificant things get the most attention in Nigeria. Why people keep dying on a daily basis. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.